It's got to be a slow, deliberate, and flexed lift. Flex. Don't hurt your brain thinking about that one too much. That ultimately just taxes the living hell out of your triceps. Well, good morning, I suppose. I got a little excited today, can't lie. It's a warmish, rainy morning. I don't know if you can hear it. Rain's not going too crazy right now, but it is indeed raining. It is raining pretty hard, actually. And because of that, I got a little excited, I guess. I got a little distracted, I suppose is the right word there. But we got a push day ahead of us. Push day ahead of us, doing some heavy bench pressing, shoulder pressing, all that good stuff. I guess it's not crazy terrible heavy bench pressing. It's just volume, honestly. We're starting right out with this with the barbell bench press again. We're going crazy high on the amount of sets again. What did we do last week? 9 total sets? Well, guess what? We're doing 12 this week. 12 total sets, 3 different grip widths, going from as close grip as possible to as wide grip as possible over those 12 sets. I'm gonna be doing 4 each. If you do the math, don't hurt your brain thinking about that one too much. But that's what we're doing this morning. I got 185 on here right now, still for warming up. We're gonna bump this up to 200. That's gonna be our working weight. And then we're gonna get after this. We're just gonna jump right up on into it. We got pretty good and warmed up. It's actually kind of warm, which is nice. The gym heated up very well because it's in the low to mid 50s right now outside. So, it doesn't take a ton of time or energy for that matter to warm the gym itself up. And I have a feeling we're gonna be sweating pretty good by the time we're done with this here. We're gonna be doing the same thing as last week. We got our timer set up right here. We're setting this bad boy for 30-second rests, and we're gonna be doing 30 seconds in between each of these sets. We're not doing more than 3 reps for each set, that's all we're doing, but we're going to be attacking them with as much force and velocity and speed as possible. Controlling that descent and then just exploding up as fast as possible. That's the goal on these. We want to generate as much force on that up as possible and just get all the work out on that motion while we also continue to fight it on the way down and not just let that weight drop down on top of us. So let's get after it. Let's do this. Let's see what we got. Let's get nice and sweaty and warm, because after this, we've got some heavy dumbbell pressing right over here that we're going to attack. And I have a feeling that after we do these 12 sets on the bench here, it's going to be tough. Let's get 200 keyed up and get after this. All right, it's 2:05, sue me. I just didn't feel like doing the hard math, I guess. Let's get after this. Close grip here in the first few sets. I'm gonna go 1 thumb width away from the smooth part of the bar right here. I'm gonna bring 1 thumb width is all we're doing. A little bit more tricep activation. This narrow grip here. Good. Just like that. Set number 2. Number 3. Let's do it. Good. These are feeling great. No sleeves on this morning so far. I think it's going to be okay for the bench here. Gonna get warmed up, let the elbows get nice and warmed up. 200 pounds is not that crazy of a weight, but when we go over to the dumbbells and we put on the 120s, I think we're gonna end up putting the sleeves on for those. Number 4, I think. That's why it's important to track in our little notebook down here. Pretty sure it's set number 4. Which means the last of this narrow grip. Fast, fast, fast. Yeah. Okay. Good. So now we're gonna go with a more medium grip, normal grip. Neutral grip isn't the word I want to use right now. That's going to imply that our hands are turned from here to here, perpendicular with the bar. But we're going to go a little bit wider. We're going again with either our pinky or our ring finger here on the barbell's ring itself within the knurling. Which one works best for you is obviously up to you. I like to use my ring finger. Some people like to use their pinky. Let's do it. Ring finger on the ring. And go. Good. Some good music. Want to know what I'm listening to? Check out that link. I'll put it somewhere over here. Scan that code. Some good EDM music for you. If you don't like EDM, I apologize, but it's sure to get you moving and grooving and ready for this workout. Just put another song on my playlist. All right, let's do it. Number 2. Medium grip here. What do we got? Number 3. Let's go. Come on. Oh, we're still feeling good and fresh. Come on. It can be so easy once you get in the middle of these sets to really just lose focus on what you're trying to achieve. But it's so important that we continue to remember to get that speed, that velocity here after we bring that bar down to our chest with some good control. Keep that focus. Come on. That's it for our medium grip. Now we're gonna go super wide here. As wide as we can, really, is what we're aiming for. We're gonna be putting our pointer finger onto the knurling here, or onto the ring of the barbell knurling. Get nice and wide, really as wide as our J cups are gonna allow us to go. And don't pinch your hands, that's always the fun part. Nice and wide. If you were feeling fresh before, I find that these wide grips really do you in. All right, we got 3 more of these. 3 more of these. The fatigue is starting to set in, but it's still not very strong. We're still feeling really good on these. So I'm gonna take these as slow and controlled as we can here and blow up. Yeah, good. Number 3? Yeah, number 3. Let's do it. Come on. Come on. Nice and controlled. Good. Last one here. Last one. This could be a good one. We're still feeling good. We're still feeling fresh. We're not feeling too crazy fatigued. I mean, honestly, if anything, I'd love to feel a little bit more fatigued after doing 12 sets here, but hey, this is what we got planned. This is the progression. We're gonna do some overload in the coming weeks. All right, last one. Good. All right. All right, I think we're pretty good and warmed up at the moment. I did a set here of the dumbbells off camera and feeling pretty good. So let's just get right after it. We've got these bad boys keyed up for 125. That's the same that we did the other day on the decline, the slight decline, but we're gonna do these on the slight incline. Now, we were totally fresh when we did those the other day. That was the first exercise we did. So we might be overestimating our overall work potential here, especially after doing 12 sets on the bench. I'm not really feeling fatigued. You know, I say that, and I do feel a little bit here in the pec, a little bit of fatigue setting in, but certainly not anything that I think is going to stop us from hitting our reps. So what we're going to be doing is the same thing as last week. We're going to be hitting our first set here, going for about 8 reps. Our second set, we're going to try to do the same thing between 5 and 8 reps, and then we're going to be taking a break, about 20 seconds. If you saw the last video where we did this, it ended up only being about 10 seconds because I just didn't want those sitting on my legs any longer. I was just kind of tired of it. But we're going to take that really small break, see how many more additional reps we can do, crank out with just very minimal rest. So really effectively, we're only doing 2 sets here. And at that, we're anticipating that second set being a lesser amount of reps overall, period. That's the goal. Let's get after it. We got the 120s, like I said, keyed up. Let's start pushing some weight. Oh boy. All right. Okay. All right. That was, I think, just slightly too much. Honestly, weight-wise overall, it actually felt pretty good. It really did. But the hard part, man, and this is just a struggle of the home gym period, was just getting it up into position. Once we get it up, it wasn't that hard to move that weight. But getting it in position takes so much energy out of me. When you're dealing with this much weight, it gets tough. So we took off 10 pounds there. So we've got 115 on these bad boys now. So like I said, we're gonna do the same thing. Going for 8 reps, and then we're gonna take a good 20-second break. We'll try to count it out. I don't know how long it's actually gonna be, but we're gonna aim for 20 seconds. We'll at least do 10, I'm sure. And crank out as many more reps as we can. Let's get after it. Okay. All right, that was about 10. I'm sorry, 20. Here we go. Oh boy.
Nope.
Well, can't even get it up. Man. Oh man, I wish we had a spotter sometimes. All right. That's all we got. Well, that was a little disappointing, but what are you gonna do? You know, sometimes we're not gonna hit our reps. It's gonna happen. But we're gonna be on our shoulder press here. Got some good work to do right now. So we've got what, 110 loaded up on here total for our first set. Gonna crank out some reps here. Get some good high shoulder press movement in. So this is kind of like, you know, where we're seated is somewhere between an incline bench and a straight up shoulder press. In an ideal world, I'd probably have my seat up one more click for a shoulder press. Still have a slight incline on a shoulder press. You don't want to be straight up and down. It's not going to be the best seating position for you from a biomechanical standpoint. You want to be able to move under that weight a little bit as you're coming up. But from here, you know, I'm pretty well under it. I'm going to have a good angle. I didn't set up to camera number 2. I apologize. So you won't be able to see from the side. With these plates here, you're not going to see much anyway. But got a slight angle here at about a 60-degree angle, actually. So still quite a ways away from a total upright. And again, I'd probably be at least one more click up for a true shoulder press, strict shoulder press. But let's get after this. We're gonna hit about 8 reps here on this first one. Take a good break, and then come back after it with an increased weight, higher weight, and see how many reps we can get. Let's do it. Oh, that was so buttery smooth. All right, threw 30 more pounds on here, so we're up to 140. I think this will be good. That last one was just so buttery smooth, so we got to increase the weight a little bit here. It's gonna be all right. I think we got it in us. We're gonna focus on really getting underneath that, pumping out as many reps as we can. Okay, let's get after this. Under that weight, I'm pushing it. Ugh. Honestly, that's just so easy. We're gonna throw more weight on there, do some more. Come on. Okay. Took off a 10 and a 5 on each side. Added a 25. So we increased it by what? 20 more pounds? Something like that. Come on. Yeah. All right. All right. We'll take that. We'll take it. All right. We're all set for some Y raises here. Gonna be bringing those dumbbells all the way up, and then slowly bringing it back down as well. These are gonna really send our shoulders home. I'm not gonna lie. Last week these did us in pretty damn well. So doing the same thing this week, same exact weight, different dumbbells. We were using the Bowflex ones I think last week. I might be wrong on that one. I'm pretty sure though. This week we're just using our normal standard inch dumbbells here. Just felt like doing them over here today. No real reason otherwise to change it up. Let's get after it. Yeah. Yeah, this morning my kid woke up. That's so freaking early, like 3 in the morning. I was so pissed off. I just thought it was going to be one of those mornings where he wasn't going to go back to sleep. I was going to have to sit around with him all freaking morning until he goes to daycare at 8 o'clock. And somehow, eyes weren't even closed. But I decided, you know what, screw it. Let's try to put him in the crib and see if he does his thing. Eyes are wide open. I put him in there and he just falls asleep. It makes literally no sense to me. But I literally had this moment of like, do I even have the motivation to go work out right now? And I did. I wanted to work out so bad. But I could have so easily just been like, screw this, man. I'm gonna go play video games or whatever, screw around for a while. But I came out here, and I'm really glad I did. It's been a really good workout so far. And it's just so important to remember, and I forget this all the time, we can only control what we can control. He's not doing it to me. He's not waking up to punish me, to punish my wife, to get back at us, to, you know, inflict disarray on our lives. He's just doing it because it's just happening. He's not even doing it, it's just happening. But it's so easy to forget. And again, this is what I forget all the time, that we can only control what we control. We control how we react to it. And if we're not careful, one little thing, or big thing, but one thing can affect our entire day or our week. And that's silly. Why would we let it do that? Am I gonna be tired tonight? Yeah, probably. Probably gonna be absolutely exhausted. Waking up, you know, hour and a half early. But we'll be all right. We'll make it. We're certainly gonna make it through these Y raises. Come on. Yeah. Okay, last one. Shoulders on fire, man. Absolutely on fire. Let's burn them down. Oh, come on. Good. Oh. Well, we had to finish them with just some regular lateral raises, but my goodness, that was amazing. Wow. We are burning, man. Burning. Whew. All right. Time for some tricep extensions. We're going to do some pushdowns right behind me here on the cable machine. I've actually been looking forward to these all workout. I don't know what implement I want to use. Who knows? It's a guessing game. You'll see in just a second. I'll find out in a couple minutes. All right. We got 70 keyed up here on the pull down. The triceps are feeling pretty fried already, actually, honestly, after all the pressing we've done. So this is definitely going to send him home. Let's get some reps here. 12 reps, 4 sets. Come on. Good. That first one was super light. So we upped it by 10. We're going to 80. I say super light. It wasn't too bad, but it was definitely a little light for us. So let's bump it up to 80. Crank out 12 more. Okay, number 3 here. We're really feeling it now. Wow. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. One more. There it is. Yeah. All right. Last one here. This is going to be tough. This is going to be painful, I can tell. That last set was really hard. Come on. Cheating a little bit. That's all right. Goodness. All right, we were going to do cable crunches, but I haven't done an ab wheel in a couple weeks now, actually. So I just really wanted to do that. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do ab wheel, and we're going to superset that with our tricep kickbacks that we had planned. So slight modification, no cable crunch. We're going to do an ab wheel instead. That's no big deal. These kickbacks, though, we touched on them briefly last week. I don't think I showed them, though. But the goal with these is to go just as slow as possible. Really getting as full of extension as possible. And then when we're all the way back, squeezing that tricep as absolutely hard as possible. If you can do that, if you could take it slow and squeeze hard, really flexing that tricep, gosh, these things can be incredible. But if you're just slinging it back and forth, you're not really going to be getting anything out of this, I promise. It's got to be a slow, deliberate, and flexed lift that ultimately just taxes the living hell out of your triceps. And again, if you're just flinging it around, it's not going to be doing much for you at all. You're not going to feel it, and you're going to be like, what the hell are the point of these? So let's do that. Take these nice and slow. Each arm, we're going to be doing 8 reps here. I've got 25 keyed up for mine. I don't know what you'll be using, but then after that, we're going to be doing our ab wheel. No weight additional on that. Just cranking out reps on the ab wheel until our abs tell us we can't do anymore. That's the goal. Let's get after it. Oh, yeah. Flex. Point that hand. Oh, there we go. Yes. Okay, ab wheel. Now I remember why I don't do these on push days. Our shoulders and triceps, man, fried. Fried. All right, we got 2 more sets of these. I'm gonna crank these out, and this is where I'm gonna bid you farewell. Been a damn good workout. I'm so glad we came out here today. Thanks for being here. You gotta push through these sometimes. You just gotta get yourself out to that door. Like we've said before, that's the hardest part, and sometimes we can't do it. Sometimes we just can't muster the strength to actually get ourselves into our shoes and out the door. And that's all right. It happens sometimes. It just means, though, that when we do get ourselves out that door, when we do push ourselves and actually get ourselves to that point where we're in, we're here, we're committed, it's all that more important to remember those days where everything went well, where it all worked out. Don't forget those moments. Remember those good times. That can carry you sometimes. Not every time, unfortunately, though. not every time, but that's life, right? What is life without a little bit of suffering, a little bit of trial and tribulation? We'll get through it. We'll get through it. Thanks again for being here. I'll see you all next time. I'm gonna crank out some kickbacks here, another set or two of ab wheel, and get the hell out of here. See you guys next time.